So one looks like I'm part of the SAS, the other looks like some sort of collar. But today we are going to find out which one is better for your camera. I'll talk about the pros, the cons, and my final thoughts on which one I think is best. So let's get into it. So first is the comfort and ease of use. Well, the neck mount easily comes off, easily goes back on. The only downside I would say to this is not only about it moving, like if you jog across the road or do any form of activities, it's going to bounce around and be a bit annoying. But after you've worn it for a while, when you take it off, you can still feel where it's been, and I don't really like that feeling. The chest mount, yes, it does hug a little bit, but you get used to it. I wouldn't want to be wearing this if I'm wearing a shirt, however, it's going to feel uncomfortable, going to crumple it up a bit. To take this off, you click here, and then you can lift it over your head, and that's that. And then to put it back on, arm goes through, back over your head, and clip it round. Now, what is actually good about these is that when I'm on my bike, I usually have myself a UV hoodie. And I can wear both of these items underneath the hoodie to protect my camera from the sun. And then if I want to use it, I can just lift up and tuck it behind the camera. Then when I'm finished, tuck it back over. And then when I get to my destination, I take off the hoodie and I continue with my day. But let's have a look what it is like when you have more layers on if you are in a colder country. And this is what I would usually wear if I'm in the UK. Got a jumper underneath to keep me warm, and then the raincoat to keep the wind and the rain out. And this can go on easy enough, and if it starts to rain, I can just unzip my jacket, put it inside, keep the camera dry, and then if I get too warm, I can unzip my jacket and take it off, all whilst still having this neck mount on. However, with the chest mount, yeah, if it starts to rain, I can take the camera off, put it in my pocket, and then just leave this where it is. But if I get too warm and I want to take my jacket off, then I've got to take this off, take the jacket off, put this back on, and it all comes a bit of a hassle. It's not uncomfortable on here though. No, it's too warm in here. So in my opinion, the neck mount wins comfort by a hair. But let's have a look at some footage now. So this is using the chest mount. You can see the speedometer is right in the center of the picture, and you are actually seeing more of the bike than you are anything else. So it doesn't capture very much of the sky, very much of the road, having the chest mount on. But when we switch over to the neck mount, you can see immediately there's a bigger difference. You can see the road better, see lots of sky, and the speedometer on the bike is towards the bottom of the frame. So as you could see from the videos, the neck mount easily won that one, and that's whilst it was just here. But you could, if you want to, you can bring it up higher, and then you can get an even better point of view. Now, I wouldn't want to be walking around like this, it'd be uncomfortable. So walking around, I would keep it here. And point of view when you're walking, they're basically the same. It doesn't make much difference. So when it does come to footage, especially if you are on a bike, the neck mount gets a W in that department also. So my biggest deciding factor when it comes to these two pieces of equipment is that the chest mount, you don't need to worry about what you are doing that day. Doesn't matter where you are going, what you are doing, this is never going to move. Whether you are walking, running, hiking, whatever, this is going nowhere. And you actually kind of forget that it's there because you get used to the feeling of the chest mount. You get used to that feeling. It's not bad, honestly. Whereas with this, unless you are driving on flat surfaces and walking on flat surfaces, I don't see the benefit in it, honestly. Because even if you jog across the road, it bounces around and it's annoying, and you end up like realizing that it's there. And you're always second guessing yourself. If I'm going somewhere, it's going to be, oh, can I wear this? Or am I going to be doing some sort of activity? Because if I am going to be doing some sort of activity, then I might as well leave it at home. So I'm not sure I will even use this. Like I said, the footage on the bike is better with this. You saw that. But is it worth carrying around an extra piece of equipment? I would honestly suggest getting a chin mount for your helmet, or buying the correct helmet and getting a chin mount for it, because the point of view on a chin mount on a bike is better than these two combined. And then for everything else, wear the chest mount. Now, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you have a camera, if you have pieces of equipment, let me know what equipment you have. And if you disagree with anything I've said, I'm open to your opinions. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. But until then, if you like this, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.